Hey guys, good evening. We are going to go ahead and get started with our call. This is really for kind of launching your business. So if you are interested in any way, shape, or form in how to get your Plexus business kind of off the ground, my name is Andrea Mitchell. I'm a Diamond Ambassador. And what that means pretty much is just that I had the top rank of the company. I had some really good friends that signed up with me. They signed up a few of their friends, and away we went. And so in about 14 months, I went to the top of the company. So I have a little bit of an idea of how to get started well. So I'm going to tell you my story first, because if you are relatively new to the company or to our team, you may not have any clue who I am or why I am talking to you. So you are most likely under Becky Page and Rachel Neagle, or at least Becky Page for sure, if you are on the well. And Becky is one of my very dear friends. Becky was in my wedding. I was in her wedding. We've been dear, dear friends for a long time before either one of us ever met or started dating our husbands. So good friend there. But my name again is Andrea Mitchell. And 3 years ago, I started hearing about Plexus on Facebook. I loved Facebook long before Plexus existed. I will probably love it forever, hopefully as long as Plexus is around. And I started just seeing friends post about it, but I really wasn't that interested. All I saw was that it was an energy drink, and I had actually already sworn off energy drinks. And I had a really bad kind of addiction to them. I loved kind of that jittery, caffeinated feeling that I got, but they made my husband very nervous. So he asked me politely to stop drinking them, so I did. And so when I saw Plexus on Facebook, all I saw was that it was this pink energy drink. Like, you see everybody with their bottles, pink drink, and this didn't really explain much more about the business. So my very first tip tonight is to make sure you're talking about the wide breadth of our company. We have 14 products. It is a health and wellness company. It does have some products that will aid in weight loss, but the primary focus of each one of our products is really a health and wellness perspective. So make sure when you're posting that your posts are not primarily weight loss or primarily energy, so that people don't get the wrong impression about what we're trying to share. So a few months down the road, my friend Rosalind started posting, and Rosalind is actually my upline, so my sponsor, the reason I got into Plexus. And I saw Rosalind posting, and I stopped, because Rosalind has a heart condition, and her, I knew there was kind of a reason why she would be doing this. And so I asked Rosalind, can ask you a few questions? And she said, absolutely. And so I asked her, about her heart condition and some other things. And she said, you know what, Andrea, the ingredients are fine. My cardiologist approved them. Colton, her son's holistic doctor, approved them, even said some of the ingredients were in products that, hold on one second. We're having some technical difficulties. Okay, I'm not sure why y'all aren't seeing me, but I'm going to continue. Okay, so no idea what's going on here, but I started just taking the products. I knew that there was a health and wellness option to them, so I started taking them, and within a few months, I saw some huge results in my blood work. And so my, cannot get this to stop. So my blood work results were great. I asked Rosalind what was going on. She said, regulated blood sugar means regulated hormones. Regulated hormones means regulated, things like your thyroid. And so I said, fine, I'll keep going. And very quickly, I noticed there were some other products, a probiotic, a BioCleanse, and X Factor. And we were very, very impressed with those products. And within a couple of days, our daughter was having normal stomach issues. Our oldest has cerebral palsy, and she lives life in a wheelchair. She has a feeding tube or the time, and she has some nutritional issues, and we'd already been on every probiotic in the world. And so at this point, we were on a really good probiotic according to everybody else. But I immediately switched to Plexus. And again, I'm still a customer at this point. Y'all, love your customers. I was a solid customer for 5 months. So tip to yourself, love on your preferred customers. Meet them where they are and just keep working with them when they have questions about the products. And so we worked through Ella's stuff. We worked through my stuff. And come November of 2013, I finished a huge event at church. My father-in-law actually passed away. We had Thanksgiving, just kind of craziness. And by the end of the month, much like when you have a wedding and you kind of don't know what to do with yourself afterwards, I was kind of like, okay, well, my whole world's kind of fallen apart in a matter of a few weeks. And now I kind of feel like I'm just sitting around with all this extra time. And so I decided, after watching Rosalind and her friends earn all this money and these amazing trips and all of these incentives, that why not just try it? I already loved the products. I knew at least 5 friends that would buy the products, Becky Page being one that was on my 5-friend list when I stood in my kitchen and told my husband what I wanted to do. And really just believed in the products. I had huge belief that the products really worked well, worked better than anything else. So I jumped in, and y'all, I signed up on November 30th of 2013. And I want you to hear me. My very first Plexus post was November 30th of 2013. I posted that night. And it wasn't like, hey, I've got this huge weight loss story, or hey, you won't believe what just happened to me, life-changing. Y'all, it was just the fact that these products were changing mine and Ella's like day-to-day life. It was just what we were really experiencing. But you know what? That was just my first post. My second post is what it had done for Rosalind. My third post is what it had done for my friend Susan. My fourth post is what it had done for Rosalind's friend Celeste that I'd only met once. And it just kept growing from there, y'all. I kept sharing other people's story because not everyone's going to identify with mine. My sister identified with an anxiety story that I posted. Becky really resonated with some of the gut health testimonials that I posted. It's totally different every time you post. So do not pigeonhole yourself into just sharing your own story or waiting until you have a story, because there are a million stories out there just on this call alone that if we shared testimonials just on the people that are already using the product just on this call, you would have a different testimonial every day to share. So I started sharing, and I shared consistently. So one thing that I want to do is I want to tell you a few things. We're going to look at my notes to make sure I tell you everything I wanted to tell you. Okay, so let's do getting started. And what I did is there's an acrostic for started, and just because I like acrostics. So every letter kind of stands for something that will help you here in your business. So the first thing is strategy. You have to have some kind of plan on what you want to do. What do you want to accomplish? What do you want out of this business? Do you want to make it to the top? Do you want the incentives? Do you just want to cover your products? You need to decide what you want and make a strategy based on that. And I didn't have that when I very first started. Very quickly, I realized the potential of our company. And had I realized that in my first month, I would have blown it out of the water. But I had no idea what the real potential was. And I really didn't see potential in myself. I didn't think I could do it. I'd already done 2 MLMs and failed miserably. One, I failed $14,000 miserably in debt. So MLMs were kind of a scary place for me. It was something I had failed at horribly. And so it wasn't really going into it. I was like, I'm just going to pretend I'm going to dip my toe in. And if that works okay, then I'll dip kind of all my foot in. And if that's okay, then and I just kind of like went in just a little bit at a time, but I started going. So there's a key, is you've got to at least get in the game. You can't sit back on the sidelines and wait for someone else to make a strategy for you. You have to be willing to make your own strategy. Why do you want to do this? Part of your strategy is going to be based on why you even want to do it. For me, it was totally different than for most people. It wasn't an income base. I was already a stay-at-home mom, and it wasn't to get out of a job, and it wasn't a lot of things that are typical. I really just needed something bigger, something bigger than me. And I really loved the products, and I knew I was going to share about them, and I might as well make a little bit of money doing it. Okay, so let's move on. T is to take your own products. If you are not a product of the products and you're not taking your products consistently, you'll never be a solid ambassador, because you'll never have full belief if you yourself every day don't feel like you can't survive without them. Our family will never stop giving the probiotic and the BioCleanse to my daughter. Nothing will stop us. I will never stop drinking Slim every single day. My 8-year-old will make his own P96 shake every single morning. My 5-year-old has got to have the X Factor for his esophageal hives. There's things like these that really solidify my belief that it's not going anywhere. It's a part of our family. Just like when you were a kid, you took a Flintstone every day, or you brushed your teeth for your oral health, or all these things that you just do naturally because they're good for your body. That's how our family feels about these products. They really are the best thing for our family, and we can't imagine not taking them. So if you don't take your products, you're really not going to be able to share the products with somebody else. It would just feel false. A is you have to have 100-person list. If you do not have a list of 100 names, you need to start one right this minute. You need to just start jotting people's names down on the side of your paper you're writing notes on, and just say, I want to get with Amy. I want to get with Beth. I want to get with Sharice. I want to get with Danielle. I need to get with Elizabeth. I need to get with Felicia. I need to get with Gabrielle. Like, go through the alphabet and just think of somebody's name. Go through your Facebook friends list. Go through your Christmas card list. Go through your phone. Go through anything that has people on it. Go through Facebook groups that you're a part of. Go through your kids' class roster. Go through their kids' sports list. If you need help brainstorming where to find names from, let me know. There is a great list called a Frank's list. Friends, relatives, acquaintances, people or neighbors, people that you know through your kids, and either spousal or service connections. So spouse connections is obviously anyone you know through your husband, but a service connection can be if you're on junior league, if you help out with a gala or a special organization, SPCA, anything of those kind of things. So make your list. This is my list, y'all. I keep it on my desk. It's got 203 names in it. I was just going through Jay's yesterday and realized one of my new ambassadors was still in here. But for the most, so it's 202 names, I guess, now. They threw her card out because I didn't need it anymore. But y'all, I've contacted all of these people just in the last week. Don't stop making a list. Your list should constantly change. I've added people to my list just this week, just going on a field trip with my kids' class. So always make your list. And then do not assume whether people want it or not. Just write names down. I had lunch today with a very dear friend named Liza, who's a senior Ruby on my team, and her husband is the CEO of a major hospital here in Dallas. They live in a beautiful house. She has 4 amazing children that are all in private school. I would never in a million years thought she would want to do this. She plays tennis and she just has it all together at all times. But y'all, she needed this. She wanted this. She's gone to almost the tippy top of the company. It's incredible. So don't assume somebody doesn't need it because they don't need the money or because they're thin and they don't want the products or whatever reason. I could have pre-assumed about pretty much everybody on my team that's a jewel, and I didn't because I really just wanted to offer it to everybody. So that is R. So your next letter. So we've gone through STA. R is reach out. You have got to be willing to reach out to people. I would encourage you to reach out to 5 people a day. And here's how I would do it. You can do it a couple of different ways. Yesterday, I actually made a post about building plans. We are starting to look into building a house for our daughter that's handicapped, a fully accessible house. And I posted about the plans. And someone that works with her in the summer liked my post. And as soon as I saw her name pop up, I messaged her and said, okay, you know what I'm doing. You've known what I've been doing for a while. I want you to join my team. Are you ready? Her response, yes, I'm finally ready. So she's been watching me for 2 years, but she saw that post yesterday. I reached out to her, didn't wait for her to reach out to me or come knocking on my door, and she said yes. So don't wait for people to come find you. Don't wait for people to come to you and say, okay, I'm ready. I want what you have. Tell me more about this. Reach out to people. And here's a couple of different ways you can do it. You can reach out to someone and say, hey, you may not know what I'm doing right now, but I really want to share with you about a health and wellness company I'm working with. You would be phenomenal. Can I send you some information? Start with something personal. If I was speaking to Becky, if I was reaching out to her today, I'd say, hey, Beck, I love seeing pictures of Mary. She's so precious. I can't believe you have 3 kiddos. I also would love for you to try our probiotic because I know as a new mama, getting good sleep and having good gut health are huge. Not only that, but how would you love to be at home with Mary so much more? Well, that's one of the greatest things that I've gotten to accomplish over the last 2 years is the fact that Becky got to take full maternity leave and gets to lessen her hours at her practice and stay home with her child because I wasn't afraid to share with her. So think about the people that you could reach out to and the lives that you could change by just introducing them to the opportunity. Another way to cold message someone is to really give them an email and a lot of information. You have to pick and choose on who you're reaching out to and what they want. Sometimes we can give a little too much information. So think back to when you signed up and how that person reached out to you, how they contacted you, what they sent you. Think about what you liked and what you didn't like, and do those things when you're reaching out to other people. If you loved having a lot of information, send that out. If you really were the person that someone said, hey girl, would you just do this with me? And you're like, sure. Then that's a great strategy for you as well. That works well for both. Both ways work well for everybody. Next is training videos. So if you have not started watching YouTube training videos, I really want to encourage you. I'm going to put on the well a few videos that I think tie into a lot of the things we're talking about tonight. And so I would encourage you to watch training videos. If you listen to music in your car, whether on the radio or on your iTunes, if you watch any television, if you read books, you have time to watch training videos. You get to pick what you do at that time. In the car today, I listened to a training video from somebody on another team, just because I hadn't heard her train before, to see if I wanted to utilize it for our team. And every single day, there are new training videos constantly being put out. If you are not utilizing the time in your car to listen to a 5 to 10 to 15-minute training video, then you are wasting time learning amazing things. Y'all have access to Rachel Neagle, who has a phenomenal products call. It's about an hour long, but a lot of people just listen to it on a loop in their cars. So whenever they get in their car, it just starts back up wherever they left off. And they listen to it, a couple of times a week. You will learn so much, just little tidbits of product information by listening to that. So training videos are huge. The next thing is education. Learn everything you can about the products. Learn what the products do for you. Learn how people are using them. Learn how people get started with them. Learn some of the die-off symptoms of using ProBio 5 or BioCleanse. Educate yourself on what's going on. And the best place is to be on team pages and read through other people's troubleshooting. And also, on top of all of our training, our team pages, there is a magnifying glass. You can type in a word in there. So if the word is itching, was one that we talked about today on my team page, and you can type in itching and pull up all of these great testimonials and just troubleshooting that people have done in the past. So don't start asking questions before you've done research, because the research will always educate you more than just getting an answer. And the last one is decide how much you want to make. If you want to do this as a business, you need to decide how much you want to make. Do you want to make $500 a month, which is really kind of where I started? I just wanted to cover my products, make a couple extra dollars, that I could go to Nordstrom's and my husband wouldn't ask me any questions. Then it was, I think I could make a little bit more. So decide, if you make $5,000 a month, how would that change your family? Could you cover your mortgage or your rent? Could you cover some bills you've never covered? Could you start paying off school loans that you never thought you'd get ahead of? There are some really good options out there. And they're all achievable. If you want to make $500 a month, $5,000 a month, or I'm going to be really honest, $50,000 a month, it's actually achievable in 2 to 3 years. if you went all in, never stopped, stayed fully committed to the business, and grew a team that backed you completely and believed in the business and the products the way that you do, you really can make that kind of money. I have friends doing it every single month. And so what I want to end with is I really want you to be challenged to at least do something. Get started tonight. If you do nothing else tonight, start a list of people you want to contact. If you are terrified to contact those people, message your sponsor or message Rachel or Becky or Lindsay or whoever is your upline and ask them, how can I reach out? Send me some sample cold messages. Talk me through how I'm going to do this. And Becky and Rachel are going to do a call on three-way calling. That's a great tool to use when you're trying to prospect someone. Get someone on a message and say, hey, this is my friend Lindsay. She's the one that signed me up in the business. Lindsay, this is my friend, Sally. Sally has some questions and I don't know how to answer them. Lindsay, can you help me out? And Lindsay will be like, sure, Sally, ask away. And you can sit back and watch all of those answers come through and you're learning the whole time. That's my favorite way to three-way call is really three-way messaging because you're constantly, people can pick them up kind of whenever they have a chance and they're busy and you can get this constant thread going of just information and it's so wonderful. Okay, so I hope y'all learned a little bit tonight on how to get started. I hope you will make a post. If you have not posted that you are a Plexus ambassador, I would challenge you to do that tonight. I would challenge you to write something about Plexus, something about your health or your business tonight on Facebook. If you want to, you can tag me because I would love to see it. If we aren't friends yet, friend me and you can tag me tonight in your very first Plexus post. I really, really want to see it. I hope you all have a great night and I will talk to you all later.